Great day, everybody. This is Dr. Stephen D. Kelsey, aka Yoda, here with the Legacy Organization. I want to welcome everybody to a quick video on how to use one of the phenomenal products, one of the optional products here with iMarkets Live. Big shout out to our illustrious leader, Mr. Bash Grant, Mr. One Family, our chairman leader. And we're putting this video tutorial together for you guys, for all of you guys that are interested in bounce back. So I'm going to go ahead, get right on into it, share my screen on how to get the bounce back, as well as how to use it in the 3 rules. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And the first thing you want to do is, guys, is make sure you go into your back office. You want to go into your shopping cart, and you want to download the optional version of the bounce back. And once you get the bounce back in your back office, the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're affiliated with the IML bounce back community. Now, how do you do that? Okay, so your sponsor who brought you in, okay, you want to let them know that you want to get into the bounce back family on the community here on Facebook. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in IML bounce back, and it should come up. Click on IML bounce back, and you want to join the community. Now, again, your sponsor or the person that you're working with is going to invite you. Here on the right hand side here it says invite members. You want to click on invite members, and I'll just type in Dominique Kelsey says already a member, and it will send you a notification and an invite to join the family. You can see it's over 20,000 members in this particular community here. It's a very, very animated community as well. A lot of information is where you're going to be learning the 3 rules with Stevenson Lindor, who is an IML educator on IML TV, as well as Lex Wave, and they'll be going over information here in this community to help those that are brand new. So once you get your notification and you become a member, you want to come over to here on the left side, and you want to click on the learning information. Click on learning, and this is how you're going to start to get notifications on the bounce back alerts. So once you click on learning, you're going to have how to get access to bounce back trade alerts, and then you have basic Forex training as well. That if you click on basic Forex training, it should take you to IML Academy. So that's where you're going to be learning your basic information from IML Academy. To get the information for the bounce back, you want to click on Unit 1, how to get access to bounce back trade alerts. You want to click on that. Now, make sure that you have downloaded on your trading devices the Telegram, because you're going to need the Telegram, whether it's on your desktop, laptop, whatever trading device you're using, or on your phone for Androids or Mac products, Apple phones. At the top, you can see this is here. You click on bounce back, and then you have your Telegram here. So for Mac products, the iPhone, you use the top, and for Androids, you use the bottom one. Okay. Again, for Apple products, you use the top. For Android notebook, you use the bottom one. And once you have your Telegram up, then you're going to click on IML bounce back. As you can see, you're going to use your same username as well as password for getting your IML back office. Click log in, and boom, you are now in the bounce back software. Okay, so again, let's go back real quick. IML bounce back on Facebook community. Okay, click on learning. Unit 1 comes up, how to get bounce back trade alerts for the iPhone or Apple products. Same for Android on the second one down. Now, while you are in the community, as you can see, once you get that set up, okay, with your Telegram and your bounce back software all set up, you want to go to next unit. There's 5 units. Okay, so once you start going through your IML Basic Academy, you want to finish this, and then you want to go to your next unit. And it says how to take bounce back trade alerts. And there's videos. So everything that you need to learn about the bounce back while you're in the community, you can learn it right here in the learning page. Go through the 5 units and you're off and running. Okay, also you have the strategies as well. So how to use the place and support and resistance, all this with the bounce back. Okay, there's 3 rules that I'm going to be going over to show you a brand new person that can use and take alerts from the bounce back and actually start winning with this product. So make sure you get familiar with the IML bounce back community. And as you can see, there's so many great things happening coming down the timeline that you're going to be seeing people who are using the product winning. Okay? There's IML TV educators, Lex Wave and Stephen Linder. Lex Wave is on Tuesday. Stevenson Linder, only for the bounce back, is on Monday, 7 p.m. Lex Wave is 1:30 p.m. And yeah, on Tuesdays. So you can get in your IML TV and start learning and going over some of the alerts that have been going out over the week. So, okay, let's go back now to show you how to use the bounce back product. All right, so I'm going to go over 2 scenarios with you guys, okay, on the bounce back. I'm going to show you the 3 rules. You want to write these down if you're taking notes as well, or just, you know, rewind the video. Make sure that you understand the 3 rules. Say we're going to go over a Bitcoin alert that we've got a few days back. Here, when you click on your bounce back alert, going through your Telegram, and you click on your bounce back, you see over to the left, these are the strategies that are being used for the bounce back. Stevenson Linder uses the MACD, which is right here. Next Wave uses the RSI. Click on RSI, and you can see the RSI here. And then you have a Spanish version as well for those who speak Spanish. So I use the MACD through Stevenson Linder's strategy. So I'm going to be using this for an example. All right, over here in this column here, when you get your alert, it tells you, since this is, I'm going to go back to our Bitcoin. Okay, particular Bitcoin, it was a sell. So as you can see here, USD is a buy, AuDCAD is a sell. So these are your sell and buy orders that they were called on. Over here, Bitcoin, this is the initials for Bitcoin, Euro, USD, AuDCAD. And then the price that it was called around, 8780.43. So every alert will have a price that it was called on and the time frame as well. As you can see, Bitcoin was called on the 6-minute, on the 60-minute, and some are called on the 4-hour, which would say 240. Some are called on the daily. So this is the time frame, and then you have your universal time that it was called on and your local time that it was called on. So everything you need to know about the alert, the call, is right in these boxes here. Okay, now, so let's go and get this thing together here using the 3 rules. Once you pull up your bounce back and you get the understanding of your sell or buy, okay, first thing you want to do is you want to look at, identify the trend. You want to identify the trend on this call. As you can see, that on the 1 hour is somewhat as an uptrend. Once we identify the trend, we want to go down 2 time frames. That's right, 2 time frames. Now, we do not use the 45 minutes on the bounce back, but the MT4 on your phone may not have the 45 minutes. So we don't use the 45 minute. So this was called, bounce back called a sell around 8780.43 on the 60-minute time frame. So after we establish our trend, we want to go down 2 time frames. So it's a call on the 1 hour. We want to come up here on your left top corner, click the arrow, and we're going to go down to 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So if it's called on the 1 hour, you want to go on the 15 minutes. If it's called on the 4 hour, you want to go down to the 1 hour. If it's called on the daily, you want to go down to the 1 hour. Okay, I'm sorry. If it's called on the 4 hour, you want to go down to the 30 minute. If it's called on the daily, you want to go down to the 1 hour. So this particular call was called on the 1 hour. We're on the 15 minutes. Now that we're on our 15 minutes, what I like to do is establish a zero line on the price for the price that was called on. Very simple. Come up to the left-hand side. Click this arrow here. This is where your trend lines and your arrows are. You want to click on the horizontal line. And then you want to go to your price it was called on, 8780.43. You can get as close, 8780. 8780. And then what you could do after you get as close to that, you can go up to your settings button, click on settings, and then you have your coordinates, and you can just type in the number, which is a lot faster. 8780.43, put in 0.43, and now we are established the zero line. Now, we're on the 15 minute, we have a zero line, we want to draw our trend line. That's the next thing you do. So first, you want to establish your trend, then you want to go down 2 time frames and draw your trend line. Okay, it's very easy to draw a trend line. To establish a trend line, a valid trend line, from support and resistance from one price to another, you want at least 2 touches from wick or support, from support or to resistance. We want to go to the time it was called on. So this time it was called, this alert was called around 5:40. So as you can see on the date, 5:28, we go to 5:28, and it's around 5:40, somewhere around this time right here. So what I could do, I can establish for you guys who need to actually see a vertical line. Around this area here. Okay, now we draw our trend line. We go back up to the left-hand corner, we click on trend line, and we want to draw, for a sell, your trend line is at the bottom, start from the bottom up. For a buy, you start your trend line at the top down. So in this case, this is a sell on Bitcoin. We start from the bottom, and we're going to draw our trend line across, and we got at least 2 punches. 2 touches. So we got a touch here, and we have a touch here. Again, we have a touch here, we have a touch here. This was around the price that was called on. So after you draw your trend line, the third thing you want to do now is you just want to wait until price falls below your trend line and your MACD fall below your histogram. This is your MACD. It has the MACD line, which is blue, the signal line, which is orange, and this mountain look diagram here indicator is called the histogram. So you want these 2 lines to fall below, because this is a sell going into a downward trend, to fall below your histogram. I established this particular vertical line just for training purposes so you can see the crossing around the price when price cross the trend line. This is the third rule. First rule, establish trend, go down 2 time frames. Second rule, draw your trend line. Third rule, wait for price to cross zero line, trend line, and MACD crossing. As you can see, around the price that it was called on, we started to get our move to the downside. So, well, Dr. Kelsey, what if price never crosses trend line? Then you do not get in the trade. If all 3 rules have not been established, those steps hadn't taken place, you do not get in the trade. Once all 3 rules, you've got your trend line, you've moved down 2 time frames. Why do you want to move down 2 time frames? Because you want tighter entries, because what's happening on the 15-minute is a lot faster than what's happening on the 1 hour. So it gives you more tighter entries, gives you tighter stop loss, and it gets you in the trade more faster, ahead of the game. Okay? So as you can see with this trade, with Bitcoin, once price crossed trend line, you would have got in the trade. And as you can see, boom, we're looking for anywhere between 20 to 30 pips. Now, this being a cryptocurrency, you can compare 20 pips to 100 pips. As you can see, we've got over 300 pips with this move. This was a great trade, a valid trade to get in, established by the 3 rules called by the bounce back. You would have got in this trade and you would have had a successful trade. Where do I put my stop loss? A lot of people are asking about stop loss and take profits. What I like to do with the bounce back, again, you're looking for about 20 to 30 pips on the bounce back. It's usually called a correction call, most of the time, and sometimes it's called trend calls. But you want to make sure you get your 20 and 30 pips. You're brand new and you're winning. You're in the game. That's what this particular product was made for. The strategy is Christopher Terry's strategy, our CEO. Super excited about that. So once you get in the trade, you want to, I use a rule. Now, you rule for stop loss and take profits. For stop loss and take profits, you want to just, very simple. If you are doing a sell, once you get in, you want to establish your stop loss above the previous high wick or resistance line. In this case, right here would have been your stop loss. Very simple. On a I'm going to show you on the next particular example how that applies to when you are trading Forex. This is a cryptocurrency. So you're looking anywhere between 50 pips on crypto. But above your previous high wick support or resistance, which would be your resistance right here, and your take profit is usually at your next support area, as you can see right here. As you see, this particular price came all the way down to this support here, made a new low, and then reverse. So that would have been your great take profit. So take profits is your next support. Your stop loss is above the previous high. If it's a buy, you're going to put your stop loss below the previous low. And your take profit would be at the next resistance area, which would be right here. So again, the 3 rules, if you got it, as you can see, you establish your trend line, go down 2 time frames, and then draw your trend line, okay? And then wait for price to cross your trend line as well as your histogram. As you can see, it stayed under histogram all the way until we got to our take profit and then reversed. See that? Boom. Okay, very, very simple. I would suggest make sure you go on IML TV and watch the IML educators educate and train on this particular product. So now let's go do one more example. We're going to do the example with ARTCAD, which is right now on this particular date a live valid trade. Okay, it was called on sale as well, and it was called around 93,390 time, 1 hour time frame, around 10 o'clock a.m. So what we do, we establish our trend. We can see we are in a uptrend. You can see that. Boom. You have an uptrend right there. It's important to know what trend you are in. Okay, so now that I established my trend, it's a sell. I want to look at the time it was called on, which was the 1 hour. I'm going to go down 15 minutes to the 15 minutes. Okay, now I established my zero line so I can, which is the price it was called on. Price it was called on was 93390. 93390, and to be exact, I go to settings, coordinates, put in exact price, and now we're good to go. And now I draw my trend line. My trend line, remember, valid trend line is it connects to at least 2 to 3 touches from support to resistance, then price. And so I'm going to draw my trend line right. As you can see, price was called around 10 o'clock. So price was called right around in this area right here. Right here. So as you can see, price was still on an uptrend here. Price was still on an uptrend here, but this is where price was called. So now I have my trend line. Okay, you can see it's an uptrend. I have my trend line. I got my 2 touches. Okay, and now all I'm going to do, number 3, is I'm going to wait. I like to use these ellipses just so it can highlight the area that I'm believing that price is going to cross on. So I put one on my trend line, I put one on my MACD, and sometimes I like to use my arrow direction line. As you can see, the direction that price is supposed to go. And now I just wait. I'm waiting for price to cross zero line, trend line, and my MACD, signal on my MACD crossing my histogram. If it does not, so price was called here in this area here, as you can see. So let's just draw a trend line from where it is to where price was called. So as you can see, price did not cross the line, did not cross the histogram, did not cross the trend line. So you would not have gotten in this trade at the price it was called on. So we draw our trend line. Okay. So now that we got our trend line crossing, we're waiting for price to cross trend line, histogram, and it usually lines up. As you can see, we're very close to signal crossing, and we're very close to the zero line. So now we'll just wait. And once price crosses trend line, zero line, and the MACD, you get in this trade, and you're looking for 20 pips. You can come over to your price direction, and you can basically set up 20 pips. As you can see, it's very close to your next support line, which is right in this area here. Then I set my stop loss behind the previous high. We got about 9 to 10 pips. So you have a 10 pip stop loss. You got a 20 pip target, 20 to 30 pip target. It's a great risk to reward. Guys, you can't go wrong using this product. People are very successful and winning a lot using this product because they're following the 3 rules. My name is Dr. Kelsey, A.K. Yoda. Hopefully you got a little bit of understanding about what's taking place here with the bounce back. Just continue to go over and over this video. Stay connected to IML Bounce Back Facebook community, and happy training, and you can be successful here with the Legacy organization. Take care.